ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नम ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन् इति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome to Rajavidya Rajaguhya Yoga series. Today we'll discuss the 25th shloka of the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. And this is the last shloka in this section of Devata worship. And in this shloka, Krishna describes the destination of people who worship different people, different personalities. So our destination depends on whom we worship, whom we try to emulate, whom we try to follow. So let's see. Very popular shloka. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam. Yanti devavrata devan pitrun yanti pitruvrataha bhutani yanti bhutejya yanti madhyajinopi mam. Yanti devavrata devan means those who worship the devatas go to the planets of the devatas. They will take birth amongst the devatas in the upper planets. Pitrun yanti pitrvrataha means those who worship pitris. Pitris means ancestors, forefathers. So they will go to the planets where the pitris stay. Then bhutani yanti bhutejya. There are some people who worship bhutas, different ghosts and hobgoblins and all kinds of evil forces. Then they will take birth amongst the ghosts. Yanti madhyajino pimam. Fourth point is one who worships Krishna, they will reach Krishna. So, 4 points. First, worship the devatas, go to the devata planets. Second point, worship Pitris. Pitris means ancestors, forefathers. You go to their planets. And Bhutani Yanti Bhutejya. You worship the ghosts, then you go to ghostly existence. You worship Krishna, go to the spiritual world and live with Krishna. Simple meaning. So, our destination depends on whom we worship, in what mood we worship, what's our aspiration. According to our aspiration, uh, we choose an object of worship and we invest our faith in that object of worship and we keep on worshipping with Shraddha and we will attain that. Just like uh, a student may take the medical line or the engineering line or arts line and they'll pursue those subjects. They will contact the teachers who teach the subjects and they will go deep into the topics and eventually they'll end up in that kind of profession, right? So basically we attain something according to our aspiration, our desire, our endeavor, our effort, right? Similarly, when it comes to destination beyond this life, it depends on what we do in this life. In this life, if our focus is on spiritual activities, then we attain a spiritual goal of entering the spiritual world. But if our focus is on material activities, attaining more material powers, more material prestige, with material desires, material ambitions, then we'll accordingly attain those material goals, right? So basically, every single living being has independence, minute free will, and our destination depends on how we engage those minute free will, how we channelize that minute independence in a particular direction. That's how that's what our destiny is. So it's not that you aspire for anything, you will attain the same goal. You do anything, you will attain the same goal. It doesn't work like that. So our destinations are basically shaped by our mindset, our activities, our endeavors, our actions, our aspirations, all this, like what we do, what we say, what we think, all this will shape our future destinations. And we are the creators of destiny in one sense. Of course, everything is sanctioned and arranged by the Lord, but it's our choice. So we go where we worship. So Krishna says, if you worship the devatas, you go to devatas planets. You worship the ancestors, you go to their planets wherever they are, and you worship Krishna. You go to Goloka Vrindavan. You go to the Supreme Lord's abode in the spiritual world. But if you worship, say, Dwarka Krishna, you can go to Dwarka abode, where the Lord is being worshipped like a prince, not like a small cowherd boy. You worship Lord Narayana, you go to Vaikuntha. You happily stay with the Vishnu Parshadas and worship Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi Devi with great reverence and love and affection. Or you worship Lord Ramachandra along with Sita Devi. Then you will join Hanuman and assist Hanuman in his worship probably. So basically, our object of worship uh, defines or directs our destination. So when we follow the footsteps of great Vaishnavas who worship the Lord in a particular form, we will end up attaining that form of the Lord, following the footsteps of these Vaishnavas. Right? There are so many devotees who worship Lord Ramachandra, some worship Lord Narayana, some worship Lord Vishnu, some worship Lord Narasimha, following the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, some worship Vrindavan Krishna, some worship Dwaraka Krishna, some worship some other deity, Matsya, Kurma, Varaha, Vamana, and some worship Indra, Chandra, Varuna, Vayu. They go there. And some worship ghosts, and they become ghosts also, Yakshas and Rakshasas. So our worship depends on our taste, and that worship takes us to different paths, different destinations. The Vedas gives different rules. Some worship the moon god, they go to moon planet. Some worship sun god, they go to sun planet. Some worship from devatas, they go to different heavenly planets. So different ceremonies are there, different places are there. There are some people who worship in a Tamoguni way. They worship Yakshas and Rakshasas. They do some black art, black magic, this and that, and they will take birth among such species. And some people even make a lot of videos or movies on this, worshipping some black arts, and they may end up in different destinations. They may attain some kind of mystic powers. Mm. And see, Ravana's Rakshasi soldiers are there. They used to worship a deity named Nikumbala. Uh, and in the Bhagavatam, there is an episode of Jada Bharat. There were some dacoits who were worshipping Kali Devi, and their aspiration is to get some powers, lot of powers to steal, to loot people. And Kalika Devi is a pure Vaishnavi, right? She is a great goddess. She's Durga. But people in Tamoguna, they aspire for some material boons, material powers, black arts, and magical powers, and they approach these great devatas to fulfill their desires, and the devatas also feel uncomfortable with that kind of worship. You know what these dacoits did? They captured Jada Bharat. He's a great Vaishnava. They arrested Jada Bharat. They took him in front of Kali's deity, and they were about to kill him. That is called Narabali. So they wanted to kill Jada Bharat to please Kali Mata, and uh, uh, and they were assuming that if Kali Mata is pleased, she will give a good son for the king of the dacoits, or she will give them great powers so that they can steal more. So with that material desire, they worshipped Kali, and they were about to sacrifice this Jada Bharat in front of her, but she didn't like that worship. You know what she did? The deity of Kali Devi broke open, and she came out of the deity, and she killed all these dacoits who were about to uh, kill Jada Bharat. You see, there are some people who do really Tamoguni worship, and many times they don't have any scriptural reference also. They assume things. Bhagavatam says it is called Avidhi Purvakam or Swavidhana. They concocted worship. They concoct their own method of worship. Okay, if I kill this animal in front of Kali deity, or in front of some other deity, or if I kill a human being who is little dull-headed in front of this deity, the deity will be very pleased, the devata will be very pleased, and she or he will give us powers. That's a assumption, right? So because of so many such assumptions, people concoct their own methods of worship, and the deities are not actually pleased with such worship. So similarly, there some people worship yaksha rakshasas, and they will take birth amongst yakshas and rakshasas. So some people add a tinge of spirituality, add a dimension of spirituality, or they assume that it is spirituality to worship different kinds of devatas and ghosts, but nothing spiritual there. There's nothing spiritual there. It's all tamoguna, pure tamoguna. So pure devotion is totally bright. It's not dark at all. So you worship Lord Vishnu, four-handed form Lord Vishnu, you go to Vaikuntha. That is not just Sattvaguni worship, it is beyond Sattvaguna, it is Suddha Sattvaguna. But worshipping these ghosts and other people, that's in mode of ignorance or mode of passion. Some people passionately worship different devatas to get their material ambitions fulfilled. Some people ignorantly worship different ghosts to get some tamogani powers, uh, or to control other people. And some worship some devatas in mode of goodness. Okay, they may go to heaven planets, but worship of Vishnu and Krishna is not in Sattvagun, Rajagun, and Tamogun. It is beyond all gunas. It is in the transcendental plane. So, with pure devotion, worship Krishna, chant Krishna's names, and offer Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam to Krishna, as Krishna will discuss in the next shloka. Chant the names of the Lord and worship Him with love and devotion, and also read scriptures nicely, and be happy forever, be eternally. So our worship leads to a certain destination, and some worship heavenly planets, some worship devatas and go to heavenly planets, some worship ancestors and go to ancestors planets, and some worship ghosts and hobgoblins and they go to their places, and pure devotion takes us to Krishna. So conclusion is Krishna's planet, spiritual world is the ultimate destination. Let's try to go there. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. I will come tomorrow probably with more energy levels, and we'll do the 26th shloka of Bhagavad Gita. From 26th shloka till the end, pure nectar, pure bhakti. How simple is the process of bhakti, and how accommodative Krishna is, how forgiving Krishna is towards his devotees. All this we can see in the next section, last section of this chapter, 26 to 34. Tomorrow we'll begin that. Thank you very much. Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai.